What's up, guys? Welcome back to the ALEKS challenge for the Pre-Algebra Pi. Continue. This is part 3. So far, we have done parts 1 and part 2, and we've gotten through around 70 or so topics. Just making sure the live stream is working, and we got audio. We do. All right. And so we're continuing this online program called ALEKS. And let me click over here so you can see. This is the online program, ALEKS. And by the way, it says I've got time for a knowledge check, which I have to take within 24 hours. I'm not going to do that online. I'm going to do the knowledge check on my own because knowledge checks are really something that when we have our students take them, we don't want them to have any help with them. So I don't want to do that online. I don't want people. That's really a check mark to see, have you learned the material? And if not, the program will automatically have you revisit a lot of these topics. So it's best that you take it without any help to really test your knowledge and understanding of the subject matter being tested. So anyways, we're going to continue on. I think we're somewhere around the 72 topic mark. Let's see here. 75 topics. So there's 75 topics that have been completed out of 630. And by the way, as of now, all those topics have not only been uploaded via the live streams that I've done, but they've also been chopped up and uploaded separately. So there's now 75, should be 75 videos on my YouTube channel for each individual topic covered so far. And now we're just going to go ahead and continue through. We're going to see how many I can do. We're going to go maybe an hour, hour and a half, something like that. And let's see what we can get done here. So I don't think we have to start the knowledge check. I think we can just continue class progress. Okay, here we go. Perfect. So we're doing introduction to fraction multiplication. The only thing, I'm trying to use this other whiteboard that I usually use, but it's giving me a malfunction. All right, so I'm going to use AWAP, the online whiteboard, and I think it's going to be okay. It's just a little glitchy for some reason on this computer. I don't know why. All right, let's get started with the fraction multiplication. All right, so how do we multiply fractions? So 5 over 7 times 2 over 7. The cool thing about fraction multiplication is actually easier in a lot of ways than addition or subtraction. You just multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom. You don't need common denominators, even though we have them here. So don't think that you need them. You don't need them, and you can multiply regardless. The multiplication on top gives us 10. The multiplication on the bottom gives us 49. And our answer is just 10 over 49. Okay, so here we go. 10 over 49. All right, cool. Let's keep going. This one I'm going to do a little bit faster in my head. 8 over 35, right? Multiplying across the top and bottom. And the last one is 20 over 63. All right, cool. Continue my path. It's funny, I know my students don't really like knowledge checks. I haven't actually even taken one yet, so that will be my first one, but we'll hold off on that for now. Okay. All right, identifying a solution to a one-step linear equation problem type 1. For each value of u, determine whether it is a solution to u minus 42 equals 12. Okay. So first of all, this has a singular solution. And before I fill out anything, I'm going to show you what I mean. U minus 42 equals 12. I can actually solve for this equation. You could probably figure this out without even solving the equation this way, but I can solve for this by doing the reverse of subtraction. So anytime we're trying to isolate a variable, we look at the value on the same side of it. We look at the relationship between these two. 42 is being subtracted from u. Therefore, we're going to add 42 to both sides. And by the way, this is a negative 42 because of that minus sign. So the only way to do the opposite and get it to 0 is to add a positive 42. These guys cancel out. Now we have u equals 54. And there's only one answer. So there's only one of these that can be correct, and that's here. The rest all have to be no. Okay. All right, next ones I'm going to do quickly. So it's 11 is the only one. All right. And last but not least, let's see. V is 6. Right? Okay, Continue. All right, here we go. Distributive property. The distributive property says that when we multiply something in brackets like this, whether it's subtraction or addition, what happens is, okay, let me show you what happens here. We can evaluate this as follows. We can evaluate the 5 minus 2 and get 3. And then we can multiply the 4 by 3 and we get 12. And that's fine. That's the normal way we would do it. The distributive property says that instead of evaluating this first, we can do something different. We can let the 4 jump over and hit the 5 and hit that negative 2 and become 20. It multiplies each one, they become 20 minus 8, then subtract these guys, and we still get the same answer of 12. And so that's all it's doing. It's having us carry out the distributive property. So what happens is the 4 jumps and multiplies each of these numbers individually. So what goes here? Just a 4. All right, same thing here, 3 jumps. And same thing for the last one, I assume. And the 5 is going to jump over and hit the 4. This time they distributed the 5, and the 4 and the 3 are what stays in there. All right, cool. Next problem. Perimeter. Find the perimeter of the rectangle. How do we find perimeter of a rectangle? Well, perimeter, again, is the sum of all the sides. So it's basically, well, we know that this side is 18, this side is 11. If it's a rectangle, this side is also 18. Opposite sides are equal. This side is also 11. So we want to add all these up. We've got 11 plus 11 is 22. 18 plus 18 is 36. And then we add them all together. We get 8 and 5. So the perimeter is 58. I'm going to take a quick pause here.